How's it going, and welcome back to another episode of FUD TV. I'm your host, Elio Trades, and today we're going to be talking about something that has just gone live, something that many of you may know about, a very exciting project in our space focusing on decentralized exchange. That's right, if you guessed it, you get a gold star. Today we're talking about AirSwap AST. Today we're going to be looking at AirSwap AST, checking out a little bit about what it does initially and giving you just a little bit of background on the company so you understand exactly what we're talking about. And then we're also going to cover something that just happened today where the platform AirSwap actually just went live. So we're going to take a look at that as well. So let's hop right in here and check out exactly what AirSwap is. Just going to go over it very quickly. AirSwap is a decentralized exchange. They're calling themselves the token of the new, or the engine of the new token economy. We can look very quickly here. They pretty much just say, you know, they allow for all kinds of trading.
AirSwap gives you the power to trade on a global decentralized trading platform. So what can be built on AirSwap? Developers can build their own storefront, selling tokens to buyers from around the world, run their own auctions, picking the best price out of a number of bidders, and create marketplaces, allowing groups of people to trade peer-to-peer. AirSwap is a global token trading ecosystem, decentralized, borderless, and friction-free. Your key to joining the AirSwap ecosystem is the AirSwap membership token.
So they're running exactly as it sounds, a decentralized exchange based off the AirSwap membership token, and we're just going to pop in really quick to a Medium article that their summary of their white paper essentially explains that that's what they're trying to do. They understand that exchanges, token exchanges, even in a semi-decentralized way like Ether Delta and other sort of on-chain exchanges that are still possible even today. They're saying that while it's still possible, they believe that they're providing a novel approach that combines the sort of user-friendliness of the centralized exchanges with the functionality and security and future-looking sort of ramifications of decentralized exchange by removing middlemen, all those things. So we're going to look at the quick little breakdown that I really loved. It's described in this article, AirSwap. This is an article that actually goes over many different decentralized exchanges, or quote-unquote decentralized exchanges. It's a very cool article. I'm going to link it in the description below this video. But what you guys want to see here is they're sort of describing this as on-chain negotiation, on-chain settlement, or off-chain negotiation, on-chain settlement. So the cool thing about AirSwap is it allows for a negotiation between seller and buyer that can take place off the chain. And so essentially what you're able to do is not reveal your cards. Let's say you're a big buyer and you want to make a huge purchase of Ethereum, but you don't want to set some massive order into the order book, so all of a sudden all the algos and all the traders and all these other things get set in motion due to your trade. Sometimes you want to keep those things for a variety of reasons off the chain, off the books. And so there's a certain capability that AirSwap provides that allows for this. What's interesting here is AirSwap does not contain a traditional order book, but instead individuals solicit quotes from each other in a peer-to-peer fashion through off-chain negotiation. Very cool stuff. So counterparty discovery is done through an indexer component. The indexer, I'm going to show you a little visual of this so you can see this. So the step one is that the maker makes an index. Step two is that the taker finds that index, and then the swap here, or the index is then sent to the taker, and there's a swap that occurs, and then they put the smart contract out onto the chain. So that's exactly the order of events here, is that the maker and taker don't swap until the index has been sort of investigated by both maker and taker. Then an off-chain negotiation can take place, a swap and an entry into the smart contract. It's gone over here, those steps. You can look at that again. I will link this article so you can check it out. So to summarize here, AirSwap uses an off-chain solution known as an indexer. Right? These are the key points. It allows takers to take requests and quotes from makers and subsequently can privately negotiate a price. An exchange smart contract handles the exchange. So there's no fees, it's just a smart contract exchange. And so this is obviously comparing them to 0x, which we're not going to talk about too much in this video, but it's another decentralized exchange with a slightly different order of events, a sort of different makeup. And we're going to talk a little bit about what's going on with AirSwap and where their value points are. So hopping back over to the AirSwap page here, you know, they're secure, they're private, they're fair. But really what we're going to talk about here is AirSwap's intention here to go after institutional money, as it seems, and their ability and all of their feature sets seem to be leaning towards institutional, traditional, old school money. And that's why we're looking for, in a team like this, we're looking for connections to this old school money, to big financial institutions. And that's what I'm looking for when I see AirSwap as a decentralized exchange looking for some kind of mainstream adoption. I'm trying to understand, does AirSwap have any connection to the entities that they're hoping to transfer these funds around with? And the way that they're structuring their decentralized exchange is very exciting, as it allows for these groups of traders to sync with each other and all these different sort of functionalities to be created across a decentralized exchange. I'm sure that these things will come to other decentralized exchanges such as Stellar, such as BitShares, and such as other, there are many decentralized exchange projects going at the moment. But what's so exciting about this one is that they have really the all-star team. Michael Oved was an amazing trader, he created his own firm, Virtu, grew it by multi-millions, and then ended up leveling up and creating his own blockchain technology. He's a very talented individual. There's a lot of talented individuals here, all with very, we have ex-Google and Zynga here, Carnegie Mellon from both of these co-founders. And then, we have Sam Tabar here, was deep in the capital game. It was at Bank of America Merrill Lynch. He was the head of this in Hong Kong. And so he was the head of capital strategy. And then we have an ex-Spotify engineer, lots of names and big organizations that we can connect with. And there's some other things to be found here, but the big highlights here are Michael Novogratz, Bill Tai, and Joseph Lubin. These are some of the biggest, heaviest hitters in the financial world, and especially, the co-founder of Ethereum and the founder of Consensus in Joseph Lubin. This is huge. It shows that there's a technological founding guidance that is superb and is on, of the elite and power brokers and visionaries in the industry. We have Michael Novogratz, who's, if you don't know a ton about Michael Novogratz, he is a, very well-known financial hedge fund manager, and he is certainly a link to many big old money bags, if you will, in the traditional financial sector, and he could be an envoy for AirSwap to be used by some very much more traditional institutional players. Bill Tai, another legend of the sort of crypto investing space. He was an investor in Bitfury, and there's a lot you can go learn about Bill Tai as well. But these three together form what I can only describe as a superb, almost dream team advisor board, especially for what AirSwap is setting out to do. And so as we pop into AirSwap now and we see that the AirSwap IO is live now, we're trying to get in to use it. So here I've tried to get into the token trader and it's giving me an error message. I wanted to get this video out to you guys and not delay, but I'm gonna go back in and do a follow-up video and check out the token trader so you can see the functionality. But for now, what we're seeing here is validation and proof that the AirSwap AST team is delivering upon what they said they're gonna deliver upon. They're rolling out their product as they said they were gonna roll it out. And whenever you see a technology team delivering upon their promises, it is super, super exciting, as technology is often delayed and these projects can often see things kicked back from idea into never becoming a reality. So as an investor and as a supporter of AST AirSwap, I am very, very excited to see them kicking out this product, and you should be too. It's sending a message that they are ready to do business. Here we're gonna go look really quickly back at the AirSwap charts just so you can see where it sits. AST AirSwap has had a tumultuous month, just like all of crypto has, but we see here they had an amazing pump from the beginning of January where they were really sitting here well over the $2 range for a bit. I believe they were at about $2. Now they're down to about 80 cents. So if you're watching an earlier video of mine, I always like to look at how far from the all-time high this coin is at, especially if you support and believe in the technology. You should be comfortable believing in the idea that it could get back to a previous all-time high, especially when that market condition didn't even have a working product involved. So let's hope that this is absolutely as good as it seems for AirSwap, the decentralized exchange. I hope that the advisors and that the team are able to start making good on their promises to unite this software with the industry players that will use it best. Let's see what happens. And again, we thank you so much for checking out our content. If you liked this video, if you liked anything we said, please give us a comment below. It really helps us know, or that you enjoy this content. It also helps YouTube know to share this video with other users that may be interested in seeing it. Thanks so much, and we'll catch you on the next episode of FUD TV. I'm your host, Elio Trades, out.